Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoudou Bawumia, Deputy Governors of the Bank of Ghana, Senior External Advisor, Euromoney Conference, stakeholders in the digital finance sector, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is a pleasure to participate in this Euromoney Ghana West Africa Conference on building a digital business and financial ecosystem. Before proceeding, let me thank Euromoney for choosing Accra as the host city for this conference, and also for providing such a unique platform for industry experts, regulators, and policymakers to deliberate on digitization of business and the financial ecosystem. I believe these deliberations would facilitate and enhance the pursuit of financial inclusion by countries across the West African sub-region. Ladies and gentlemen, a decade ago, the importance and criticality of payment systems was only heard and understood exclusively within banking circles. Payment services were entirely a space dominated by banks. Customers of banks wrote checks that were issued by banks and deposited into accounts held by banks. Banks settled payments among themselves through a clearing arrangement. Over time, images of checks facilitated clearing. Even as electronic payments developed, debit and credit cards were initially issued by banks. Today, this has changed considerably, and the payment system space has grown to include many non-bank actors, including telecommunications companies and financial technology firms. Financial digitization has unleashed a wave of financial products and services at minimum cost to meet current business demands. Digitization brings many benefits and can help scale up access to financial services through mobile phones, POSs, and access points through an agent network. The consumer experience with financial services is rapidly transforming on all fronts. For instance, across West Africa, consumer interfaces are gradually moving online, and physical notes and coins are being replaced by electronic forms of payments. Ladies and gentlemen, this inaugural Euromoney Conference is taking place at a time that Ghana is emerging as a major player in financial inclusion and digitization of the banking system. The World Bank's Global Findex report, released in April 2018, revealed that the share of adults owning bank accounts in Ghana increased to 58% in 2017, compared with the sub-Saharan African average of 43%, and up from 41% in 2014, driven mainly by innovations in the digital finance space. More recently, Ghana's payment system has witnessed significant changes on account of the growing role of fintechs. A recent survey conducted by the Bank of Ghana shows that there are 71 fintechs providing both front and back-end services to Ghana's banking sector. These developments are broadly in line with the country's developmental agenda of formalizing economic activities through digitization to enhance growth. To further drive the transformation of financial systems, partnerships between financial institutions and fintechs have enhanced the provision of digital payment products in response to consumer demand. The development can also be attributed to the ongoing efforts by the Bank of Ghana to promote digital payments. Digitization affects the way financial markets operate. Financial market infrastructure, settlement systems, trade repositories, payment networks, clearing and settlement of funds, involves many players such as gateway processors, payment aggregators, and merchants that are not subject to licensing by central banks. The central bank must have a clear vision on the framework that will drive the process, including setting up the infrastructure that could reach a wide segment of the country, including rural areas. The framework must also be interoperable and ensure competition among operators. It must also include an appropriate financial consumer protection framework to engender public confidence. Regulators are therefore challenged to define their role in the constantly evolving dynamic environment. In response to that, the Bank of Ghana has recently reviewed, amended, and consolidated the existing payments regulatory framework. The new Draft Payment Systems and Services Bill 2017 has been approved by Cabinet and currently being prepared for consideration by Parliament. Broadly, the new bill is expected to open up Ghana's digital finance space to promote financial inclusion. Among others, the bill will seek to promote innovation in the design of payment products and services, provide guidelines to fintech operations, and engender competition in the e-money business. The bill has also been expanded to include provisions for cybersecurity regulations and strict adherence to ICT standards and payment service providers to the Data Protection Act 2012, which would be required of all market players. Currently in Ghana, the range of payment service providers has expanded to include mobile money operators. These work closely with the major financial institutions to develop innovative and affordable products for unbanked customers. The various products and services on offer include online payment platforms, unstructured supplementary service data services, mobile banks services, quick response codes, money transfer services, and deployment of point-of-sale devices, transfers of inward remittances into mobile wallets and agency banking. An important channel for delivering financial services to underserved segments of the population at an affordable cost is through the agent network, which has grown significantly since 2015. The Bank of Ghana is developing a digital agent registry in collaboration with the financial services industry to enhance the identification and oversight of these agents. The new registry will interconnect with Ghana's digital address system to provide unique identification for agents and facilitate real-time monitoring and tracking of agents. Furthermore, the registry will facilitate customers' access to a preferred agent point by mapping agent locations and also inform stakeholders if agents violate regulatory and prudential requirements. The bank also promoted the payment of interest on e-money float balances held by banks to further scale up mobile money service usage and promote financial inclusion. The bank's cybersecurity regulations for the financial sector will be launched next month to address cybersecurity challenges in a digital financial landscape. As part of the bank's policy to transform the financial ecosystem, the first phase of the Mobile Money Interoperability Project was implemented in May 2018. Under the project, disparate mobile money platforms were linked through the central switch to facilitate funds transfer across mobile money networks. The integration with interbank payments infrastructure is expected to create an integrated and interoperable digital retail payments ecosystem, which will facilitate seamless funds transfer across payment systems to promote financial inclusion. These developments in the Ghanaian payment systems landscape have not only increased security affordability, convenience, and efficiency in digital financial services, but have also worked to promote financial inclusion, particularly among the country's financially underserved populations. Ladies and gentlemen, building a digital business and financial ecosystem requires a strong and resilient financial sector. It is against this background that the bank has in recent times instituted several policy measures, including the new capital requirement regime, introduction of corporate governance guidelines, fit and proper test directives, as well as the transitioning to the Basel II, Basel III regulatory framework to foster an enduring financial sector which supports the country's economic growth agenda. In concluding, let me say that building a digital business and a financial ecosystem requires a robust financial sector. To keep pace with innovation, therefore, the bank will continue to strengthen the oversight and regulatory regime to support developments in the payment and system settlement arrangements. This would ensure safety, reliability, efficiency, and confidence in digital financial transactions to support the growth agenda of the government. I thank you very much.